Morning Zena, morning again. I can't see some of your comments without looking on my phone. Let me see, who do we have? Morning Sandy. Oh, morning Katie. Katie, you might be sore tomorrow, let's cross our fingers. Oh, look how George is back. I didn't know you were here. George Philpotts is back in the room, girls. All better. Good morning. Ellie Marie's back in the room too for the 12 days of Christmas. And Tanya Cash is back in the room too. Welcome back, girls. We've missed you. Good morning again, Gail. Morning, Vic. Morning, Yaz. Morning, Sarah. Morning, Kerry. Woo. So you should be warmed up now, girls. So first of all, we're going to disperse some of that lactic acid to lower the cortisol level so that we can really fire into the legs. Morning, Ruth. Three Musketeers are back. Yes. How lovely. Right, girls, are we ready? So we're going to do 2 steps. 2 steps to the right. Just move the legs quite tight. Ready? Just 2 steps. So just go 1 and 2 and back. So this is just getting us ready. Getting the hips ready. We're going to work all heads of the hip into the quads. Morning, Tina. Look at Tina Hall back in the room for the whole of the 9 weeks. She got 4 more, didn't you? She got fear of missing out, so she joined the whole thing. Right, 1 more. Step touch. And again. Across for 2. Step touch. Now the step touch is going to become a squat return. 2 steps. 1, 2, squat, return, squat. 1 more. Let's go, legs. So that little 2-step is on purpose. They're like an active rest. These legs are going to get tired. And again. 1, 2, squat. Now we're going to add on, so 2 steps, squat, return. Now we're going to go backward lunge, 3 points, inside leg, 3, 2, 1, tap in, 3, 2, 1, 2 steps, squat return for 3, 2 more, last one, 3 point behind, 3, 2, 1. Come on. Go deep on these squat returns. 3 point. So next time we're here, we're adding on to the squat return. Come on. 1, 2, 3. 2. 3 point. Tap. Now after the squat return, adding on. Squat return, 3, 2, squat, pulse, 3, 2, tap in, tap back, 3. So we're adding on a pulsing squat, 1 more. Can you feel it increasing intensity? Cross for 2, squat, 2 more, 1 more, pulse that squat, make it big. 3, 2, 1, back. Are you ready, Rachel Patch? Something for you. 2 steps. Squat return. Pulse it. 3, 2, 3 point. Adding on a curtsy lunge next time. Are you ready? Curtsy here, curtsy, tap, deep, curtsy, tap, 2 more, 1 more, 2 steps, squat return, pulse it, 3, 2, 1, 3 point, Curtsy lunge, slow time, deep, turn the toe out a bit, deep, turn the toe out, 2 more, 1 more, 2 steps, active rest, squat, last time through this, pulse it, push, 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 3, 2, 1, 3-point, tap in, curtsy lunge, slow time, slow, go deep, tap, slow, go deep, tap, good morning Jen, tap, 1 more, pulse it, ready, last bit, push, so the last bit to add on here, 8 more, keep that torso tall. Are you ready for your 2 steps? 3, 2, 1, let's go. Squat. 2 more. Pulse that squat. Push it, bigger, 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 come on. 3, 2, 3-point. Tap in. Curtsy slow. 2 more, hold the curtsy after 2 more, to pulse. Pulse it, so this is for your bum, outside of your glutes. Get further across if you can. 8 more, 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Release, turn your toes out. Bottom underneath, squeeze your bottom. Lower down for 8. Squeeze those glutes. Push. Try and get your bum as low as you can. Lock out at the top for a second. Now the lockout gives you a split second rest. Core tight. 1 more. Squeeze your bum now, lift your chest. 4 stages, 4 definite movements. 1, 2. Squeeze your bum, tighter. Stay here. 4, 3, 2, no lockout. 1, stay here. 4 rounds of this, this is round 2. Come on, core tight. Squeeze, 4, 3, 2, 1, and again, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on with your chest, shoulders away, core in, pelvic floor. Last one, 1, 2, squeeze your bum, underneath, 3, weight here, 4, 3. Now we've got 8 singles and we're onto the floor. Come on, 8 singles. 8, low as you can. 7, 6, 5. Squeeze your bum. 4. Come on, develop that muscle tension. And release. So if you've been menopause fitting, you will know that we need to now try to keep the muscle under as much tension as we can if we want to get the most. If we want to condition, we want to slow down all of these processes that are happening in our body, that sarcopenia, the lack of muscle tone, you've got to get your tuck right, your time under tension. So, heavy weight. Now you just need 1 to start. So we want the muscle under tension for the longest time. So we're going to come up for 1 beat. Then it's going to be under tension with this weight to your chest for 7. Ready? Let's go. 1, 7, 6. Time under tension. 5. Now, when you feel like you're going to collapse, you can either put your weight down here, that would help, or you could hold wherever you are. Lift. 1, 2, 3. pelvic floor. Every time you descend, make that a signal to port that pelvic floor. 2, 1, lift. 1 in 2 or 1 in 3 of us girls will, going through the perimenopause, menopause, or when we get past it, will be affected by some kind of pelvic floor dysfunction. We've got to start really concentrating on it, because gravity won't help either. Doesn't matter if you've had children or not. Just another muscle you've got to work. Same as your heart, same as your biceps. Pull in, tuck under. 4, 3, 2, 1. Four, 3, 2, now stay here, bring your feet in, curl, keep that muscle under tension. Think of all the things that make this more effective now, girls. So just stay in your position, and every time I say something, make sure you do it, okay? Just relax your feet. Take a breath. Breathe it all out. Engage through your pelvic floor and pull the lower part of your stomach in tight. Press your lower back into the floor and flex forward as much as you can. And then, if possible, this weight comes above your heart, by your collarbone. Now, re-engage that pelvic floor. Push that back in. You wouldn't normally push your back in if you were doing a normal crunch, but because this is static, because we want the spine to have flexed, the back should go down to the floor. Go on. Keep there. Stay still. So things that matter, pelvic floor, re-engage it. Lower abs in, back into the mat. Now the next movement, bring the knees in. We did this last week and it's an absolute killer. Your legs, if they're not relaxed, you can cross them if that makes it better. Now lift the weight, curl. Now drop the weight, the feet down for 4. The back into the ground, lift. This should feel lots in the upper abs. If it's more comfortable for you, you can have your feet unhooked, it doesn't matter. But you're trying to get them legs, this only does it for me because I don't relax very well, in case you've never noticed. But it helps me to let the legs go. One leg is taking the other one. Come on, curl. The legs are your weight, you see. You don't want your legs tense because it'll take some of the effort away from your core. You will feel this in your neck, ignore it. Press on. It's not doing you any harm, it's just horrid and uncomfy. Push it back down, curl forward. So this is a good menopausal one for the lower part of your stomach. To the pelvic floor again, girls. So you're going to get an 8-beat rest. Now the only reason for the 8-beat rest is probably the feeling you felt in your neck. I don't want that to make you want to give up. So we'll get a little active rest now. We're going to make this harder. Curl forward. Now stay still. Take the weight back. Not all the way to the floor. So maybe it comes by your ears if you're strong enough, or by your cheeks. So it's like a half pullover, and this will work the upper half of your abs. Can you feel it as you're pulling back? Four more, girls. Curl. Engage the pelvic floor. Lower back in. So tomorrow you should feel this a lot. Maybe the day after. So with the feeling in the neck, let the legs relax. One more. 8-beat rest coming up. And release. Now we've done the next one. We're bringing the legs up. The lower back has gone into the mat automatically, but you still need to engage the transverse. So think about it like the little corset. Runs from the front of your pelvis right round to the back, attaches in your quadriceps lumborum. So you need to push that back into the floor, pull your belly in tight. Now engage that pelvic floor again. Look at your knees and curl towards your toes, but you're looking at your knees. Drop your right leg for 4. Back in. don't just train, make sure that your brain's engaging in what your body's doing. And again. Squeeze, 2, 3, 4. We've got it. Can you feel those upper abdominals screaming out at you? But here it's your lower abdominals that are working harder. But because we've got flexion, both will work. One more. Release. Now we're going to come back to those. We're just going to go into your glutes a bit. Now this is both glutes and hamstrings. You will still work your core, but you've got to think about it. Excuse me. Knees out to the side. So think your hip bones here naturally want to try to be level. So you don't want to be pushing down now, and you don't want to be overarching your back. So naturally you should have, depending on the arch in your back, most of us have about a one hand width underneath. So just put your hands there, underneath if you can, even if your hands are being squished, put them underneath, then you'll feel the pressure. Now, when you finish breathing out here, you don't want to feel any extra pressure on them fingers. So deep breath. Breathe out. Pull in your abs, but you've not pushed your back down. And that is your neutral spine, that is your transverse engaging without any help, without any movement through the spine. Now engage through the pelvic floor. Now you release your arms, you know you're in the right position. Holding still, and now relax it all. Deep breath. Breathe out, pelvic floor first. Really tight. Think about it being like a sling that you need to lift. Lift up. Front, definitely, and back if you're able. Now engage through the core. Pull tight. You want to feel it here. Let it go. Deep breath. Breathe out. Pulling tight. Engage through the pelvic floor. Now, I want you to push your feet together. Feel the hamstrings and the inner thigh contract. Keep both of these contractions going on and lift your hips. So you're squeezing your bottom as tight as you can. You're pushing your feet together. You're relaxing that upper body. Now little lifts for 32. Endurance. Push them feet together, girls. Feel the belly of the hamstring engage. Try, I know it's hard work and I'm rubbish at it, but try and relax your shoulders. Squeeze that bottom. Re-engage the pelvic floor. Make it work. 8 more, then we lower and we lift. Now I want you to really focus on them feet being pushed together. Ready, let's go. You're down. Glutes. Back of the leg. Core. Pelvic floor. Squeeze your bum. Now definitely contract as you're going up, but if you can, keep a lot of the contraction on the way down. Now let's work our pelvic floor on its own. So as you lift, you engage your pelvic floor. As you release, you let it go. Let's go. So you engage. Now, release. Push. This should be hard work for that pelvic floor. Think about all these reps that you're getting in for it though, and naturally you wouldn't have done anything for it. So you imagine doing this over 6 or 12 weeks. Any pelvic floor dysfunction will be enhanced then. You'll be making it better. You can rectify it, girls. Come on. Squeeze. You've got 8 more. Pull. 7. Squeeze up. 6. 4. 3. Pelvic floor. 2. Lift and hold. Relax your shoulders. Pulling tight. Little lift. Let's go. 8 more. And release. Now bring the knees in. Now when you straighten your legs, you should feel a pulling in the back of the thighs. Come up to sitting. Back to your time of detention. Morning. Good morning. Good morning, Hannah. Hannah Watts is also back in the room. Got about 5 or 6 digits. Come back. Now, here, depending on your weight, you could do this with one weight. I'm going to have a bash with 2. Time under tension, girls. Breathe in. Breathe out. Pull that pelvic floor up. Transverse in. So all we're going to do is separate the weights. You've got time under tension here. Working into the obliques, into the waist. Now turn the right. Down. Tap. So it's only minimal rotation, but it's internal obliques. And again, halfway down, you turn and you tap. You want to try and keep that elbow close to your body. And go as far round as you can. So naturally my body wants me to go here. I've got to put the effort in to add that extra bit. Come on. Come on girls, we've got it. And again, 4 more. Your legs might be shaking now if you've done it right. 2 more. 1 more. Go a little bit quicker. Right and left. Come on, 8 to do. 7, 6. All this time under tension. 4 more. 3. Come into standing. And rest. Weights down. Now come back up slowly. Head down. Woo. Right, from the top, can we remember? 2 steps. Back into the front of these legs. Core tight. 2 steps. Squat return. Squat pulse. Big. 3-point reverse. Let's go. Now we've got 4 of these this round. 2 more. Curtsy lunge next. It's slow. Turn this toe out. Curtsy. Tap. Curtsy. Round 1 foot shouldn't feel too bad. The lactic acid just is starting to build. Now down and pulse. Let's go. Big. Ready for 2 steps. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 1. Squat. Return. Big pulses. 3-point behind. Come up and tap. 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 2 more. Ready. Curtsy. Come on, toe out. Think glutes. 1 more round, right and left. Adding on. Pulse it. So 1 more round that way. Last round here. 2, 1. Let's go. Squat. And your legs. Pulse it. Come on, girls, low. Up, behind. Two more. Come on. 1 more. Curtsy. Wide. Deep. Tap. Further you go away, nicely glutes. Think. Pelvic floor engages. Ready to pulse. Last round coming up. Lift that chest. 3. Let's go. Squat return. Oh. Pulse it, make it big. Lift your chest. 3-point behind. Last round. Don't just go through the motions, get deep now. Think, yes you can. 2 more. Bit lower, bit lower. Come on, get to failure. Curtsy. slow. Further away if you can. Breathe in. Pulse it. Come on. Deep breaths. And paddle. Paddle your feet. Take it wide. 4. Let's go. Pelvic floor. Lift up. 3, 2, 1. Hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 4. Breathe in. Squeeze. How are them thighs doing? One more. Core tight. Back to the abs. 2 minutes abs. After 16 pulses. Go. 1, 2, lift your chest. Squeeze your bum. Pelvic floor engage. Transverse in. Ribs are up. 8, 7, 6. And release. Right, those abs now. The crucial ones. Where you've got to think. Knees into chest. Weight over the top. Come on girls, time under tension. Right, are we ready? So either cross your legs or have them free. If you cross, I usually do 2 or 4 reps like this and then just change so that that leading leg is switched. Deep breath. Core in. Engage through the pelvic floor. Push that back down. Relax your shoulders. Curl forward. So we're going to drop the legs. 4 beats. Are we ready? We're nearly there, girls. Put it in. Ready? Down for 4. Engage the pelvic floor now. Release the pelvic floor. Engage it now. Release it. So time under tension here is massive. Well, we've got 4 more to do. Breathe, curl. Come on, lady, we've got about a minute left of this class. Come forward. Breathe. Breathe out. Pelvic floor. Knees in. Lift the weight. Re-engage all the contractions, lower abs. Pelvic floor. Back we go for 4. 1, 2. By your cheeks or your ears. Pull. Breathe. Can you get any further forward? So this weight wants to be pulling you down. What? You don't want that to be happening. You want to stay as high up as possible. The weight goes back until you can't hold your position. 2 more. 16 pulses to the end. 1 more. Now, bring the weight over. Pulse for 16. Push to the end. 5, 6, 7. We're over. 8. 8 more. Come on, girls. Try to prevent the pelvis moving. Make them smaller if it's happening. 4 more. 4. Pelvic floor. 3, 2, and rest. Well done. Good. So extend the legs. Legs away. Big stretch now. I'm just going to take a minute to stretch these core muscles. Do you think we've got a band here and there's 8 here? Then we've started to work into the pelvis as well today. So we need to really stretch out the muscles to prevent them getting tight. So lift up. And then release. Come on over. Think about what you're doing. Elbows underneath your shoulders. Sorry, I don't like having at that end. I'm not sure why. I don't know why. Right, so elbows under shoulders. Shoulders remain back and away from your ears. Now, you relax your belly. You don't want your abdominals pulled if you can't feel a pulling in the front of your belly and you're okay with your back, you can extend your arms. So let all them muscles and take deep breaths. So breaths from the diaphragm and the upper and lower abdominal. So not just a shallow breath from the chest. Let your belly swell. And then release. Come on up slowly. Uncurl. One heel to your bottom. Heels up to your bum, girls. Oh, okay, hope you're okay. Who's that? I can't see the name. Mandy. Oh, puffed out. Good. You're welcome, George. So please do, if you're doing this on catch-up, girls, I need feedback this week so I can gauge next week's level. I think I'm going to try and push a little bit more now. I know we took it up a little bit in the final push. Brilliant, and the other side. But I've got to get us ready for next year because loads of us have decided we're upping our weights next year. But don't, if you have decided to up your weights, I'll do a little talk on it, but don't, I'm going to get me 7s and you'll see me swapping because I can't do 7s, they're too heavy. So I'm going to give myself about 6 months. You've got to do it slowly. Well done. Just do your hamstrings for me if you can. Well done. Woohoo! So you should be, if you've done this first thing in the morning, especially girls, don't matter if it's now, but your first thing in the morning, your fat stores or your liver, hopefully overnight, will have cleared your bloodstream, so it won't have much energy because we've not eaten anything. I'm struggling with my right arm using weight. Yes, Kerry, use one weight. So anybody with any, let me just tell you this if you're interested, anybody with any injury on one side, so if you broke your leg, a good physio would get you on a bike and get you working your left side, because the science now indicates that your brain doesn't realise, well it does realise, but it can't decipher 100% that it's one side working. So it thinks that the other side is pedalling that pedal. So if you've got an injury, so that you get a third, you only get a third, but it'll keep you ticking over. About a third as much work will transfer to the injured side. Now, how amazing is that? So which is why the trainer thought now is if you're injured, you don't rest as much. So if you've got a chest press here and you've got a shoulder impingement, you could have your heavy weight here and you could have a tin here. So you've not only got weight, so the transfer of the heavy weight will be going over to the bad shoulder, but the bad shoulder has also got a tiny bit of resistance. It's keeping ticking over. So if you need any more help with that, let me know, Kerry. I can give you some alternatives to anything that you need to do, or anybody with any injury, let me know, girls, and I can give you alternatives. But you should be working the injured side a little bit as well. Or even if you've got no weight, still doing the movement. All right then, ladies, so I shall see you. Well done. Well done. Tan, lovely to have you back. It should have been tough, Sarah. Thanks, Hannah. All right, ladies, day 2. If you've not got any headgear tomorrow, get yourself geared up for a picture of you doing the last 10 seconds of your 1 minute press up. Right, I must dash. I've got to go and do something else now. I shall see you later. See you tomorrow. Bye now.